Hi, welcome to Teach Me Software. So today I am in LightBurn and I've got a wood plaque that I'm going to burn on my laser. And the whole thing is 7 inches by 4 inches. And I've already got all the layout and everything done on it. That's not what this video is really about. It's about mounting holes in the corners. So I need to get 4 holes right here where I can screw this down onto a bigger board. And I need to make sure that my holes are even from each corner and that also that they're not going to cover up anything that's on the plaque itself. So if you look right here, I'm going to highlight the outside line, and you see up here at the top, it's 7 inches wide by 4 inches high, which is exactly how big my board is. Now there also is a bevel on the corner right here that comes in about 1/8 of an inch. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put that bevel on there. So I got this outside line highlighted. I come over here to my offset, and I've already played with this a little bit, so it's already set, but I want an inward offset. I want a square corner. So if you put round, it'll round the corner. You can't really see it because that's too small, but you want to hit corner. And then I got my offset set to 0.125, which is 1/8 of an inch. And then you want to make sure that this is unselected. You don't want it to delete the original objects, because if you do, it'll take this outside line off. So make sure that's turned off, and that'll just add a second line. So this right here is going to represent my 1/4 or my 1/8 of an inch bevel that's all the way around the board. I don't want my screw heads hanging over the bevel. So my screw heads are 3/8 of an inch wide. You come over here on the shapes and you hit create ellipse and you hold shift down and then drag, and it'll make a perfect circle. So now I got my circle up here, and make sure that your lock is on so it adjusts height and width together. And then I'm going to change that to 0.375. So now I have a screw head that is 3/8. This is representing my screw head that's going to be, so I'm going to go ahead and select it again. So what I'm trying to prevent is I don't want my screw head going over the writing, or I don't want it hanging over the bevel. So I want to make sure it's in this area and that it's perfectly centered from each corner all the way around the board. So let's leave our circle up here for now. So what I want, I've got 1/8 of an inch between the edge of the board and the bevel, and then I want another 1/8 of an inch of clearance between the board, between the bevel and the screw head. So what I'm going to do is I've got 1/8 of an inch here. I want an additional 1/8 of an inch clearance, and then the edge of my screw head. So then I want from that point right there, that's where my edge of my screw head is going to be. So I want to go another half of the diameter of the screw head, which is 0.378. So if I divide 0.375 in half, it's 0.1875. So what I do is I add 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, and then half of the diameter of my screw head, which is 0.1875, and I come up with 0.375. So what I want to do is highlight this one again. For my outside one, I want to do another offset, and I want to make that offset, and I leave all my other settings the same, 0.4375, and hit OK. So now this is going to be the center line of my screw heads. So let's go ahead and take this screw head and just drag it, and then click the move thing. And then when you get it over that corner, the little circle comes up. When the circle comes up, that's going to set it, it's going to center it right on that. So now right here, what we've got is we've got the 1/8 of an inch for the bevel, and then 1/8 of an inch from the edge of the screw head to the bevel, and the same at the top. Okay, so that's what I need right there. That's where that screw needs to be. So there's a lot of steps to this, but it's really not that complicated. So what we want to do now is we want to highlight that one again and go ahead and just duplicate it. And once you duplicate it, it puts it right on top of the old one. So you just grab your move tool, move it till the little circle comes up, drop it, duplicate it again. And you could eliminate part of this step, but I'm going to go through every step just so you see how it works. Duplicate it one more time, and we'll move that one up here. So this is what it's going to look like with my screw head. These are going to be my screw heads. So my screw heads are not going to hang over the bevel, and they're not going to cover up any of the writing, so those will be fine. So now, since this is being done on the laser, and this is going onto a piece of 1/2-inch thick walnut, obviously I'm not going to make my screw hole all the way through. So all I really want to do with a laser is I want to make basically alignment holes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to make another circle. So click my circle or my ellipse, hit shift, drag, come back up here, and I'm just going to make this hole a 1/16 of an inch, 0.0625. So that hole now, oops, edit undo. I forgot to get my selection tool. So get your selection tool again, and then we're going to move and we're going to drag this hole right there. Now we've got the 1/16 inch hole, and we've got the 3/8 hole, which is going to basically be our screw head where it's going to go. But all we're really carrying about now is the 1/16 inch hole. So go ahead and highlight that hole again. Zoom back in a little bit where you can see it out. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to duplicate, move it, circle comes up, duplicate, move it, circle comes up to get it on the corner. Do that one more time, duplicate, drag it, and drop it. So now these 1/16 inch holes are really all that we need. So now all this other stuff was just layout. So let's go ahead and this offset hole or line, we can delete that. We can delete this offset line. And now this is basically what it's going to look like with the screws in there, but we don't need the screw lines marked anymore. So we can delete that. We'll delete all of these. And I'm just highlighting them, hitting the delete button, or you can right click and delete too. You can do it either way you want. And delete. Okay, so we have all of our little pilot holes drawn on here now. They're all in the right place. We know they're going to the layout's going to be fine. And all I want to do, I just want to burn these with a fill, and it's just going to be a little pilot hole for when I come in after I burn the whole thing. And I'll come in here and I'll just take my drill and run through these holes to pre-drill the holes for the screws. So what I want to do, I just want to click on these, and then I'm going to go ahead and assign them to layer number 9, which is my fill line that's at the same settings as the rest of it. So I just want to go through there and click all of these, assign them to layer 9, assign to 9, and assign to 9. So now I have my little pilot holes. Anyway, I hope this helps. I appreciate you watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Thank you. Bye.